everybody, my name's Andrew and I'm from the YMCA and I'm here to talk about water safety. With the summer right around the corner, there's 5 things everybody should remember whenever we go swimming. There's tons of places that we might swim, whether it's a pool, like right behind me, a river, the beach, or anywhere where there might be water. We want to make sure everybody's being safe while they're having fun this summer. So the first thing we're going to be talking about today is life jackets. Whether you've worn a life jacket before or you've never seen a life jacket before, the next thing you're going to see is all sort of different types of life jackets that might be able to keep you safe when you swim.
Now I've got 2 life jackets here for people that weigh between 30 and 90 pounds. You'll notice on the life jacket, the blue one, we have 3 buckles, one that goes in between the legs, and on the yellow life jacket, we just have 2 buckles. Now these life jackets are perfect to go swimming, and if you look on the inside, you can see what each life jacket is used for. So for this life jacket, it is for a child and general purpose, whether that's swimming in a pool, lake, pond, beach, or on a boat. Whereas our yellow life jacket is just for boating. It is a boating vest. So with both of these life jackets, you want to make sure that you see that they are approved and make sure that you're wearing the right life jacket for the right activity. And you might have seen a big life jacket like this with 3 huge buckles right on the front. If you ever see a life jacket like this is a life jacket for an adult. I'm going to try this on so that way we can all see how a life jacket will fit.
Whenever we put a life jacket on, we want to make sure every one of our buckles is super tight, so that way when we lift, we drop by our shoulders, lift right by our ears, and we'll notice it doesn't go above our ears. If a life jacket ever goes up and over your ears up to here, that means it's too big and you should get a smaller life jacket. Whether you're in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or any grade, wearing a life jacket is a #1 way that you can stay safe while you're swimming.
And while I love to wear my life jacket like this big blue one, there's one more type of life jacket I'm going to show everybody. Now this type of life jacket is really different. It's a bright orange one and it's only got 2 spots right here to put your head right through, but it's only used for one activity. If I flip it right on over, you'll see this type of life jacket is a boating life jacket only. So a life jacket like this should only be used on a boat and shouldn't be used whenever you're swimming in a backyard or swimming in the beach.
And whether you're a really good swimmer or you're just learning to swim, there are 2 people you should never swim without. Our first person you should always swim with is an adult that is watching you swim, and the second person that you should always swim with is a lifeguard. Whether you're swimming in a super big pool like behind me, or you're swimming in your backyard, you should always ask an adult to go into the water before you enter. That way, you'll have one adult that'll be able to watch you while you're swimming. The lifeguard will always make sure where we're swimming is safe, and if there's ever a problem, the lifeguard will help. But how do we know who the lifeguard is?
Every lifeguard will have a big red shirt that says lifeguard on it. Now, not every person wearing a red shirt around the water will be a lifeguard, but every lifeguard's shirt will have something that says lifeguard on it. Let's see what the back of this shirt looks like. And when we look at the back of the shirt, we'll notice that there's big white letters on the back that say guard. So not everybody that wears a red shirt is a lifeguard, but every lifeguard will have a big red shirt just like this that lets you know who they are. Now here's a good example of how to tell if a backyard pool is safe to swim in. Notice we have really tall gates, we have nice clear water, and we have our rules posted right out front to make sure that everybody is swimming safely. Make sure that whenever you go swimming, you're always accompanied by an adult, and even if there's not a lifeguard here, that adult has to give you permission to enter the water.
Whenever we're swimming in a backyard pool, we always want to remember 2 things. First and foremost, we always ask permission before we go into the water, and second, we never swim alone. Whether that's having a parent or an adult watch us, or it's swimming with a buddy, we always want to make sure somebody is there to watch us while we swim. But what happens if we have to help one of our friends when something bad happens when we're swimming? We never want to jump into the water to help them because they might grab onto us and pull us under the water. So instead, we use a technique called reach or throw, don't go. So you might use something like the ring buoy right behind me to practice throwing it and grabbing our friends to bring them to a safer location. That'll look something just like this. Now, how many people have a ring buoy by their pool? I don't. I'm lucky that I have a spare one that I can demonstrate with. So I'm going to use something much easier that I'm sure a lot of you have by your pool to practice reaching and throwing instead of going. A pool noodle. So if you have a pool noodle at home, feel free to practice with me on either your parents or a friend. Same thing when we reach with a pool noodle. We lay all the way down and then we reach as far as we can. And now we have one last thing we have to talk about to make sure we're being safe when we're swimming. Can anybody think of something that might be dangerous when we're swimming? Anything? Well, one of the most dangerous things when we swim is actually the sun. But how can the sun be dangerous? Well, it's really easy. If we're in the sun for a really long time, it could make us really tired, and that could lead to something pretty bad when we're swimming. The two easiest ways to make sure that we are staying safe whenever we're swimming are using sunscreen and drinking water. So remember to take frequent breaks and always put on sunscreen and drink water. And for today, that's all the safety tips I've got. I hope sometime soon you can join us in our gigantic pool here at the Y, and I hope that you can practice some of these tips like remembering how to wear a life jacket, recognizing a lifeguard, protecting yourself from the sun, and many more anytime that you go swimming. Thank you, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.